Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. You're with Michelle Reinhardt with the EGU podcast for awakening and emerging entrepreneurs. We bring global experts to you weekly to help you shine in life and business. And today is no exception. I have a superstar with me. Her name is Tracy Gaudet. Tracy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. Let me tell you about this beautiful lady and what we're going to be doing today. But firstly, I'd invite you to be present. Turn off your zings and pings and hang with us for 40 to 45 minutes because we're going to take you on a journey into the Akashic Records to help you find your next best step. Now, Tracy is the online business alchemist. Her gifts are of balancing the tech. That's almost funny after what we've just been through, isn't it?
I know. I love it.
I'll fill you in, guys and girls. We just had an experience on Be Live to record a live meditation for our group, and we had people there, we had spirit there, and we couldn't get sound. So here we are.
Definitely had spirit.
So here we are with Tracy. Let's go back. Her gifts are of balancing the tech, strategic and marketing side of business with the equally important energetic and mindset side. She works with her clients' energy through the Akashic Records to the 8th dimension to help them connect with their inner brilliance, uncover and remove the root cause of resistance and level up. She's also passionate about helping her clients to uncover the simple daily actions that make a big impact on their business. Wow, I'm pausing just to let that sink in for people because that's like under 100 words, but a massive amount of experience, of knowledge, of passion, all wrapped up in a few sentences. Yeah. That's fabulous. Tracy, tell me or tell us, if you wouldn't mind, what the Akashic Records have done for your life.
For sure. Okay, so what they have done for my life, the biggest impact that they've had really has been in my own intuitive growth and energy healing, actually. Previous to this, I had done other energy healing. I have done other intuitive and psychic work, but it really just bumped things up to another level just with just the quality of energy that's in the Akashic Records. And what I find really interesting about them is that they'll tell you no. Or if you're trying to focus on something that's not in your best interest, they'll say, no, rewind, go back to this. What about this? So wow. I find it like they're kind of like a best friend in that sense where they'll slap you in the face a little bit and be like, hey, wait, stop. So I don't know. It's just whenever you ask that question, even thinking back to a few years ago, whenever I wasn't using the records, I was kind of just like, starting to understand them. I enjoy a lot of life a lot more. And I mean, who knows if I can contribute it to, just that, but that's where the majority of my work has been every day. So it's amazing. It gives me confidence. It gives me clarity. It clears my energy. I love the records.
Wow. And you do go in every day, and you certainly did whilst you were uncovering your journey, your purpose. Yeah. As
much as my resistance would allow, because of course there's resistance whenever you start getting into something that's going to be powerful, right? So,
yeah, we found that out today, didn't we? So how would you describe the Akashic Records for anyone, because we have entrepreneurs from all walks of life that tune into our show. Why should they stay with us? Why should they listen to us? What can the Akashic Records give them in their life?
Absolutely. So whenever I say there's like literally everything in it, there's literally everything in it. Like if you are trying to figure out what to do in your business, what to do in your marketing, trying to figure out why this certain thing is bothering you, why you can't get out of a funk, what's going on in this relationship. Like I can go on and on and on. It's the more you're practicing it, the more clarity you're going to get. And then again, if you're inclined to be working with energy, you can start shifting stuff in there as well. Which then of course opens up more and more as you're shifting beliefs and pulling in empowered stuff, connecting with guides in there. It's pretty miraculous. Yeah.
Pretty powerful. And how far did these date back? Like centuries and centuries. These are our whole history available.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely. And I mean, it shows up in different religions and different things, you know, throughout history, right? And it showed up like when they used to have like those mystery schools of like old, right? Where they're like, this would be like a sacred teaching, right? Where they would be teaching something like that. So I love the history of it as well. It's very cool. Yeah.
That's very exciting. So, is there anything our listeners should know about the next 20 minutes when we start the recording and when the meditation is in flow? Is there anything, what happens if people can't take the journey?
Yep. So basically, what to expect is it is different for everybody, and it depends on your intuitive level and your sensitivity level with energy, right? The most important thing for the journey, though, is to be sure to ask to have your records closed at the end and to ground. Even if you can't stay till the end, just be sure to do that. Ask your records to close, and then make sure to do something to get yourself grounded. Put your energy roots down into the ground. Wash your hands, wash your face, eat something that's gonna like solidify you. Anything like that, very important. Otherwise, you are off in different dimensions, and you're trying to do stuff here in the third dimension, and things can get a little flighty and confusing.
A little hairy.
Yep.
And also, if you aren't adequately hydrated, just pause now and grab yourself a drink and just hydrate so that you can get the most out of the experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hydration is a big thing too. And I've actually found if you're not feeling well, you're not sober, and you're not well rested, those play a part too. Not saying that you won't necessarily be able to access them, but the quality and clarity of information that's going to come through is going to be lower. So those are some more points too, for sure. Yeah.
Fantastic. So Tracy, I feel it might be time to do this. And then I know that you've got some extra tips and tricks and goodies to gift at the end of the show. So I'm going to hand it over to you, lovely.
Absolutely. All right. So I am going to kind of let you know at the start too, before I do the guided meditation, as energy's processing, I tend to yawn a lot.
So do I.
Yeah. Nose running, eyes watering, all these things. You see this on camera. I'll have my eyes closed as I'm kind of channeling the meditation here. But you see them on camera, and it's totally normal for those things.
I'm just going to take my shoes off.
Of course, yes.
Rubber soles, so that's not ideal either.
Yep. Yeah, and so that's the thing too. As you're doing this meditation, your best stance is going to be feet flat on the floor, sitting in a chair with your back just comfortably straight. And yeah, it doesn't that you're comfortable is the most important thing. Second most important, that your feet are on the ground, because like I said, it's really high vibrational energy. So feet on the ground is really good. If at any point you do start to feel a little bit dizzy during the meditation at all, you can just take your attention and focus away from whatever it is we're doing in the meditation, and just focus on the soles of your feet and grounding into the earth. Because again, everybody reacts to energy differently. So just kind of being prepared and knowing that grounding is exactly what to do if you're feeling dizzy. And water too. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I'm going to get started here and just take a couple of breaths. I prefer, when going into the records, to breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. It just helps with the energy processing, just going at a pace that's good for you. Doesn't have to be overly deep, overly shallow, just the pace that feels right to you. So just continuing on that way. So the first thing we're going to do is just sit with our feet flat on the ground and our back comfortably straight. And start breathing in and focusing your attention on just the very center of your body. So right between your heart and your solar plexus, just focusing on that energy right there. Breathing in and starting to set the intention that you will be connecting in with your Akashic Records. And we're going to start to clear away a little bit of resistance, any doubts or judgments or preconceived notions about what it should look like, what should happen. We're going to start to rinse that out of your system a little bit. So we're going to take your focus and your attention to the top of your head, your crown. And start to open up and expand your crown chakra, just again in your mind's eye. And allowing that to open and expand, and allowing your attention to travel up, 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 up. And we're going to pull down a whole bunch of golden light. Pull that down into your hands in strands. We're going to pull that right down through the crown of your head. And allow that to rinse away any of those doubts and fears and judgments. And allow that golden light to travel through your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, your throat, down past your heart, in your solar plexus, in your sacral chakra, and past your root, and right past the soles of your feet, all the way down into the earth, rinsing away and transmuting any of that resistance. And remembering to breathe throughout. And then taking your attention again to that area right between your heart and your solar plexus. Breathing in there, just visualizing a ball of energy there where you are connected to the divine, where you're setting your intention to connecting with your Akashic Records. And on your inhale, focusing your intention to connect with the records and anything specific you want to look into. And as you exhale, we're going to allow that intention to expand so it fills up your entire body, all the way inside your body. Continuing to breathe. And then we're going to expand that out even more. So focusing your attention on that energy intention that's within your body to connect to the records as you inhale. And then as you exhale, expanding that out bigger and bigger so that it fills up the space that you are in. And you might need an extra breath here, just to focus again on expanding it out to fill the space that you're in. So from here, I'm going to have you visualize in your mind's eye. So if you haven't closed your eyes already, I'll invite you to now. I'm going to have you visualize in your mind's eye standing in front of a big, expansive tree. So stepping away to the metaphysical plane, visualizing a large grassy field with a big tree in front of you. And just continue breathing, focusing in on that tree, and visualizing the tree's root system that goes beneath it, very, very deep into the earth and very wide into the earth. And at the same time, focusing on the soles of your feet and allowing your own energetic roots to travel down, 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 all the way into the earth, really wide into the earth, and continuing to travel further down, 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 and going down even further and further, all the way down to the center of the earth. Having your energetic roots just wrap all around the center of the earth and pulling that earth energy back up, up, up through the soles of your feet. And just reminding yourself that you are centered in your body, that you will be doing some high vibrational work. You will be visiting higher dimensions. But at any point, you can come back to your body and that you are completely safe and grounded in the physical at the same time. Just taking a moment here, still visualizing that tree in front of you, just to feel into that grounded earth energy. And from here, we can do another breath too. If there's a little bit more resistance, kind of unsure of what's going to happen, just releasing any expectation, knowing that you are completely safe in this space. So from here, again, in your mind's eye, allowing the visualization to take shape of this golden pink light. So it's a column of golden pink light. It's starting to appear all around you, all around your energy field. It extends out by about 10 feet away from your body, all the way around. And it travels up, 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 up. So what we're going to do is allow your energy to relax into that. Just visualizing that pink golden light. And this is the vehicle we are going to travel in to go up to the 7th dimension and then into the Akashic Records. So again, just breathing at a pace that's comfortable for you. And we're going to allow that pink energy to carry us up, past the fourth dimension. And continuing to breathe past the fifth dimension. And allowing any information, anything that comes through to come through without judgment to you. And then going up a little bit higher into the sixth dimension. And then continuing through up into the seventh dimension. So from here, almost like an elevator, we can step off here. And the seventh dimension is going to show up different for different people. So you can just breathe in, focusing on your heart in this dimension. Focusing on all of the ascendant masters and angels that are in this area. Breathing that into your heart, opening yourself up to healing. Pulling in that healing energy. Again, visualizing strands of the energy. You can just visualize putting them into your pockets and holding on to that healing energy. You can take a look around and see if there's any particular guides or angels or anyone showing up for you here. If not, that's perfectly okay. If there is, it's just something to take note of. From here, we are going to step down into the Akashic Records. So continuing on in the seventh dimension, you notice a gateway. So we're going to just step through there, through the gateway, and go down. The way that it shows up for me, again, it can show up differently for you, and that's perfectly fine. The way it shows up for me is this gorgeous gateway, this entryway. And from here, stepping through, walking down a few white marble steps, and then looking up to see this expansive white lobby. Again, this is how it shows up for me. It might be different for you. This expansive white lobby, and there's two giant brown doors, wooden doors, over on the other wall, and an angel standing guard on either side of it. And that is the entrance to the Akashic Records. So you can walk over to the door. And you can stand for a moment. Now, sometimes here, these angels can, take the option to not let you in if you're not in the right energy for it, if you're not grounded enough, if your intentions are not strong enough. They can deny access. But for this, I'm going to just kind of hold the space that we're all going to go in as a group, everyone listening to this recording. And we're going to ask that they open up the doors to the Akashic Records. And that you're standing in perfect love and perfect grace. Just taking an extra moment to wrap yourself up in self-acceptance. Accepting yourself exactly as you are. Accepting anything that comes up for you today. And with the doors open, we'll now invite in your record keeper. So everybody has a guide, a record keeper that holds the records, that helps you to read them, that helps to work with you to facilitate energy healing in there in clarity. So we're going to ask your record keeper to come forward, and mine will be coming forward as well. I'm going to ask my record keeper to help you find yours as well and connect with them. You may get an immediate sense of them. If not, that's completely fine too. So you can just take a moment to breathe in and focus on your record keeper, sending them gratitude for keeping your records safe and asking them to surround you in a healing love and light. And you might feel this in your heart chakra too. They have a lot of really powerful love energy. So from here, we're going to go and walk into the records. So this shows up again differently for different people. For me, it shows up as a pretty expansive library. I really like the visual of that. So from here, you can go and sit down with your record keeper at a table or whatever feels right to you here. Just allow your mind's eye to guide this visualization. Allow your intuition to guide it. So sitting down at a table. So from here, there'll probably be some yawns coming from me soon. from here, just breathing in, focusing your attention on your record keeper, asking that they take out your Akashic Records and put it on the table. And again, affirming that you stand in perfect love and perfect grace for yourself, and that you have only the highest intentions for yourself. And asking that they now please open your Akashic Records. Now, this may take some practice sometimes too. You may have to go in a few times. What will generally happen, again, it's different for everybody. Whenever I have my records open or have it open for a client, the record keeper will say, and so it is, and the records are open. Sometimes if the intention's not strong or whatever the case, I'll just get a no. So that's completely fine too, to try it another time. But for now, with the records open, and the first thing we're going to do, so I'm going to start to facilitate a little bit of an energy clearing here. So I'm going to have you breathe in and still focusing with your record keeper. Ask that any doubt, fears, misunderstandings be cleared out of the way to allow for clarity on your next step. So we're just going to ask for that clarity first. So we're just going to clear some of the brain fog. I'm actually just going to grab a crystal here myself to start to release some of this. So just continue breathing for a moment. Just visualizing that fog dissipating from around you, getting some very bright, crystal clear white energy surrounding you. And asking that your own record keeper is facilitating this healing within your Akashic Records as well. And just setting the intention to release resistance to your next step, whatever that means for you. So for many of you, it feels as though stepping into your role as a leader, becoming visible, really loving and accepting yourself, your worth, a lot of things like that are coming up that want some maintenance and clearing. So we're just going to allow that to continue happening for another moment as you continue to breathe. Still focusing your intention. Just if anything particular comes up, just take note. And from here, we are going to ask your record keeper to turn to the page in your records where you need to focus right now, where it would be highest and best for your potential and purpose for your next step to move forward. And do not judge the information that comes. It could be related to anything, not even related to your goal. It might be a self-care thing. So just take a moment and allow that to come through. If you'd like, you can visualize the page and see what comes up there. I'll just stay quiet for a moment just to allow you to search for that information. And from here, at any point too, you can pause this and ask some more questions, and then just come back to finish the recording whenever you feel complete. Again, the more you practice, the more clear the information is going to become. So from here, we are going to ask your record keeper to give you a little bit of extra energy, and do this in the records as well, just to have you moving forward, being brave and taking your next step that's in your highest and best interest. That might feel a little bit outside of your comfort zone. But we're just going to allow a little bit of extra energy there just to help move you forward. And from here, we will thank your record keeper, so sending them gratitude. And you can go ahead and ask your record keeper to close your records. And put your records back away. And from here, we are going to go back out through the door where the angels are standing guard and sending gratitude for them. And heading back out through the lobby, so back up those marble white stone steps, through the gateway into the 7th dimension. Again, pausing here, breathing into your heart, accepting any healing and divine intervention that's for your highest and best good and path and potential. And allowing any extra information to start to download into your crown chakra and into your awareness, so that not only the information that you noticed right now comes through, but more and more information continues to drop down, more and more clarity. So continuing from here and seeing that pink and gold spiral of light, you're going to step into it, knowing that you're safe and secure, and start to allow yourself to travel slowly back down, pass through the 7th dimension, through the 6th, and breathing down through the 5th and 4th, and stopping right in front of that tree again, and visualizing that big giant tree, and putting your energetic roots down into the earth again, and visualizing them growing really deep into the earth, really wide into the earth, and wrapping all the way down around the center of the earth. And this time pulling that earth energy up into your feet, up past your legs, past your root chakra and your sacral chakra, and settle that into your solar plexus. So you can also take grounded action on the high vibrational energy and guidance that you received today. And when you feel ready, you can wiggle your fingers and toes and take a breath and open your eyes.
Wow. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely a fun journey.
And I can see how the more often you do it, the more, well, you kind of build relationships with the angels at the door and with your record keeper, and trust and relationship and respect. And that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I really like that aspect of it. It's kind of like, that sacred aspect of it, I guess, where it is building the relationship. And I've actually not thought of it like that before, but that's very much what it feels like too. Yeah.
The energies are still swirling around me.
Yes. And that will probably continue. And so, beyond the grounding we just did there too, it is important to get even, further grounded, afterwards as well. And especially whenever it's your first few times in the records, like getting right outside is your best bet for sure.
Yeah. Feet on the ground.
Yes.
Feet into the earth. Yes. Wow, it's always difficult to
come back.
Yeah, it is. I know. It's completely off in La La Land, but we do go to complete. So back to our task at hand, Tracy.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
What are your 3 biggest and best words of wisdom?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, so and this goes in line with the things that I feel most passionate about. And you know what? I think they shift and evolved as I shift and evolve. But number 1 is invest time-wise, specifically in developing your intuition and connecting with that side of yourself, because there's no faster way to get to where you want to be than listening to your own intuitive guidance and getting clear on that. So that is huge and gigantic. That's advice that I give to everybody. Everybody has access to it. Sometimes you have to go down a couple of different roads to get there. I know personally I had a lot of resistance to my own intuition. So I spent a few years actually just releasing the resistance first before I could open up to it fully. So that's a huge piece of tip and advice. Actually, that's a couple of them that I kind of rolled together, I guess. Okay. And so another one would be to, you know what, I'm going to continue on that same kind of vein. So developing your intuition and then listening to yourself, on a daily basis. So especially whenever you start to get like overwhelmed or frustrated or not sure why something isn't working, step back, take time, listen to your intuition. Like there is no more important time to listen to it than then. And if your intuition's being quiet, that means go ahead and be quiet for a while. That's okay. Like you're going to be just as productive. You're going to get just as much done if you just take that time. So developing your intuition and then taking time to listen to it, and kind of having that quiet time. And then along the same one for the third one. So developing your intuition, listening to it. And then the other one is still listening to your intuition is the third one. But whenever it tells you to do something outside of your comfort zone, taking action on that. Yeah. I think we've all had little pieces of when we've listened to that and gone outside of our comfort zone and done something, and then it spirals into so much opportunity and potential. So yeah, outside of comfort zone, really amazing place to be, especially when you're there intuitively.
Absolutely. And it's, what do they, the statistics are something like 90% of our magic is outside of our comfort zone, if not greater. It's, it is where the fun is. It is where the opportunities awaken. It is where the connections are made, the synchronicity begins and flows, and it is, and it's scary. It's so scary place to be, because we like being inside that little box, or some of us do. I quite like smashing the walls nowadays, but it's taken me some time to get there as well.
I go back and forth. Sometimes it's just snuggle up and watch Netflix and stay in my zone. And then sometimes it's go out and do something. So
yeah. Look, and you mentioned in the step with the developing of your intuition. Mm-hmm. I have had so many clients in their early stages of awakening and emerging into their own truth and their own selves. They just don't feel that they can connect with that.
Yeah.
So the very best place to start, in your opinion?
My opinion, the very best place to start is to ask yourself why you can't connect. This is how I generally approach things, is to just dive into the subconscious and either do some journaling around it or EFT tapping, just to ask yourself, why do I feel like I can't connect? What is in there? And then just write out and keep asking why, and just keep getting it all out there till you can start to get those subconscious beliefs coming up. Because most of the time it's like, it's a self-worth thing, feeling like, you're not good enough, you're not special enough to have the ability, or it could be like a fear thing where, society won't accept me if I'm doing that because it's weird and it's strange, or, it could be a number of things. But generally, whenever somebody can't access it, it comes down to something like that, I find. And then, so looking within, doing some journaling, and then asking yourself, is this really a valid fear, or is this something I'm willing to release? And most of the time, as you're starting to release it, then you start to open up even more. So yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Sometimes I find it's the little things that really unlock people's potential, just getting that little bit of an understanding. And you know what, whatever is going on is okay. It's exactly where you're meant to be. It is perfect for you. No two journeys are alike.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's very important. Tracy, I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude for your presence today. Thank you.
Yay, thank you so much. It's been my absolute pleasure. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And how can people find you?
For sure. So you can find me at tracygaudet.com. So I'm sure the spelling of that will be in the show notes somewhere.
Yes.
And that's where a lot of the stuff goes down. I have my blog there, which you can follow along to, and then you can find me on everywhere on social media from that website too. Is basically the easiest place that you can locate me at. And
you have a Facebook group as well?
I do, yes. I have a Facebook group. So your easiest way to get there is, again, right through that website.
Beautiful.
You'll find the access link there. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you've been extraordinarily generous in offering a free training as well. And I'm guessing people can find that on your website as well.
On my website, yeah, I'm constantly making free training, so it could be updated by the time you're listening to this recording. But there's different trainings and meditations and healings depending on where you're at in your journey. So just, again, yeah, check it out under free trainings there. You'll find something that will suit you, I'm sure.
I'm sure. And as you're doing that, guys, whilst you're sifting through the options there, use your intuition. Just feel into what's right for you and follow along, and you'll be guided divinely. No question.
Absolutely.
Well, once again, Tracy, thank you so much for your time, for what you bring, for what you give, for all that you are.
And thank you so much for bringing it to the world in this way, too. This is amazing. Thank you.
It's my absolute pleasure. So for this week, guys and girls, whilst our content is evergreen, we are done for today. And I'd love to thank you for journeying with us, for giving us a slice of your life. It means the world to us. And I'd love to invite you to connect with a teacher, a guide, a coach, if you're feeling that you need someone to help you to take your next best step. We've all been there and done that, and the best guides are the ones that have walked, unfortunately, the toughest paths to get to where we are. It's how it happens. But find someone that inspires you, that lights you up, that gives you that tingle. Follow your intuition. Open your heart to being the very, very best version of you that you can be, because you do owe that to yourself. You owe it to the world. We'd love to see you shine. Thank you once again for joining us. And that's it from us this week. You'll find me, Michelle Reinhardt, inside the Entrepreneurs Globally Unite community, and also on my website, mindsetenergyandhealing.com. Thank you so much for your time, your love, and from us, it's goodbye for now. Bye, Tracy. Thank you, darling.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.